Hello, my knitty friends. It is finally time for the 12 days of cast-ons. Today is December 21st, which is the winter solstice. Happy solstice. It's kind of a big deal to me because I'm such an outdoorsy person. I do it for work, I do it for recreational time. So the return of longer days is really something that I look forward to. So anyway, so I'm glad that we're going to be getting there. We got a lot of cold days ahead of us yet, but usually by February it stays light long enough that I can start walking Piper after work again on the trail that I like instead of having to walk her where there is light. So anyway, yeah, so I'll do a little introductory thing about the 12 days of cast-on so you know like who originated it and what I'm planning to do. And then I'll show you what I cast on. And then there'll be a little bit of vloggy clips from my day today, and then I'll catch up with you again this evening and show you my progress on my project. It is a very kind of bad weather day today. I don't know what's going on out there. We had snow and now we have rain, and then there's supposed to be a risk of freezing rain later on, I think, and maybe like dropping temperatures and stuff. I don't know. So it's a very good day to stay indoors. So what I plan to do today, and it is my favorite way to spend the day in my house, is I alternate knitting with chores. So I will sit down and knit and watch something. Like I'll watch about an hour's worth or an hour and a half's worth of YouTube videos, or a movie, or a couple of TV episodes of a TV show, and knit. And then I will switch. I will go to usually a true crime podcast, and I will clean. And then once that podcast is done, I will switch. I will go watch something else. And by the end of the day, I feel like I've accomplished a lot without neglecting the knitting that I want to do. So that is what I'm going to do today. And I'm trying to decide whether I'm going to bake today or tomorrow. I think it might be tomorrow. We'll see how I feel later on. But I usually stop switching back and forth around supper time. And I do other things. Unless I'm probably going to come up to the yarn room and tidy it, to be honest with you, because with all my 12 days of cast-on stuff and everything, it got a little disorganized. So, okay, so let's talk about the 12 days of cast-ons. It was brought to my attention by Sylvie and Robin of Grumpy Sheep Happy Llama, and it was originated by Ange from Yarn and Yarns here on YouTube, which will be linked, and as well as Grumpy Sheep Happy Llama. So what Ange does is she casts on 12 projects at the start of the year, or within like January. She's not very strict with herself, which is as you should be. Like once your hobby starts to have too many rules, then it's not a hobby anymore. That's just my opinion. There's holding yourself to certain standards, and then there's like just taking the fun out of it altogether. So anyway, she tries to keep them within January. I am going to do, she normally starts Christmas Eve, I think. And she either starts Christmas, depending on the year. I think she either starts Christmas Eve or New Year's Day. Or just sporadically, depending on her, how much time she has. But I had an enjoyable time binge watching her past 12 days of cast-ons once I heard about her from Grumpy Sheep Happy Llama. And so I originally was going to start on Christmas Eve, but one, I wanted to have all my gift knitting done by today, winter solstice, and just have complete Christmas break, just no stress knitting. So, and that's what happened. I'm still working on Nana Gnome, but she's not a gift, so that doesn't count. She's mine. Yeah, so I wanted to start on the 21st and go to New Year's Day. So then everything is, all the knits that I want to knit for myself this year are all set up and ready to go. And honestly, I think this first one I'm going to show you might be completed well before that. So, which is a good thing because I need one of the needles for a project I'm casting on. Well, tomorrow actually, but you'll understand that that needle can go back. It's an interchangeable, but also it's only needed for the cuff. So I'll just, I will show you the first cast on of the day or the series. And it is called the Flying Geese mitts. So what these are, I went to the Annapolis Valley here in Nova Scotia back in September. My brother and sister-in-law and I were going on a wine tour, and I love the valley. I love it so much. I try to get there every year just for, the wineries, the apple picking, the all-around just like produce. There's cideries, and of course the yarn shops. There's two. They're sister shops. There's the Wool and Tartan Woolfill, which is where I always go to apple pick. And then there's the shop I'm going to talk to you about now, which is Gaspereau Valley Fibers. And that shop is just fantastic. It's in a barn. And right across from it, there's another barn where they have their own sheep. And that is what this yarn is. This is yarn from their own Cotswold sheep. And this was the little souvenir yarn that I purchased while I was there. It was a little bit pricey, but I mean, I'm paying for local. Like, I'm paying for this yarn shop owner to raise her sheep and shear them on a smaller scale and, have to pay for having it milled. I'm not sure she pays to have it milled, but anyway, time is taken to have it milled and dyed and all of that stuff. So I don't mind paying a little for it. And it is so excellent. It's living in my little Star Wars Sugar Skull box bag. And the pattern came with the mitts. This is their logo, Gaspereau Valley Fibers. Flying Geese mitts. I don't have a picture of them to show you. You can see them somewhere on their Instagram, but I'm not sure where, but I got quite a bit done this morning. So you'll get the gist. So yeah, like I said, it's a kit with their own Cotswold wool. And this is the yarn. If you haven't seen it before previously on my channel, I would have done an acquisition on this back in September, October. This is the kit I picked. They had other colors. And this is how the mitts are working up. Wait, I'm going to pull that. There they are, and I just love them. This yarn, like, it's, it's a nice rustic. It just seems like practical. It seems like a practical wool. A little, like, it's on the softer side, but like still rustic. It has a little bit of veg matter in it, which I don't really care about that, but and so I cast on the pattern says you can use a 5mm or a 5.5mm. I decided to use the 5mm for the cuff, and that is the one that I need for tomorrow. So I will probably get to the second cuff today and be able to have those needles for the next project. But yeah, here they are. Working up. I wish you could feel, like, they're surprisingly soft. I wonder how much softer they're going to get when I block them. But so there it is, my souvenir yarn. I am trying to knit yarns that I purchased within the last year as well. And there's also some in my 12 days of cast-ons. There's also some older yarns as well. Yeah, there's some fairly old ones. So when I purchase yarns for the year, I kind of look at their status at the end of the year and see what I've knit and what I haven't. And I did a pretty good job in 2023 of knitting what I purchased that year. So anyway, I will throw in some clips from my day, including this morning, like before, like when I first started knitting on them. Actually, it's not the mitts though, it's my cats. So yeah, clips, and then I will check back in with you again at the end of the day and see how I progressed. I am going to work on Nana as well today, so it won't just be all these knits. I'm going to try to alternate them each time. Right now, Nana's body is drying on the heater because I blocked it before stuffing it and closing it off. And I finished those work socks. They're currently soaking right now. I finished those a couple of days ago. And I'll have them out. And then, yeah, I'm going to work on, while Nana's outfit and her body are drying, I'm going to do her arms and her nose. So, yeah. This is going to be very laid back. I'm not done up because, you know, it's a pajama day. But yeah, I will see you again later on today. Till then. Oof. So the podcast episode that I listened to was Crime Weekly's latest episode, and it was almost 2.5 hours. So I got a lot of cleaning done. When I got down to the last 15 minutes, at that point I was like tired and hungry. So I was just like, I need to make some lunch. So I just made myself a breakfast sandwich, and I have a little bowl of fruit over there that I'm working on. And yeah, that concludes the first section of chores. It was all cleaning. I'm almost out of things to clean, sort of, like if I really tried hard. If I wanted to start a major project, like cleaning out the spare bedroom or something, you know, that's not happening today. But as far as like small things to clean, I'm like running out. So before I start my little knitting portion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a Christmas movie to watch, because I haven't watched them all this year yet, and do some knitting then. But first, I am going to relax and read, because I get to start a new book today, and I'm pretty excited about it. Yesterday, I finished this one. It was just okay. Excuse me. Yeah, it was just okay. I have a system with my books, so I thrift most of my books, unless there's something I really want that... Excuse me. Unless there's something that I really want that isn't readily available in the secondhand market. So like A Court of Thorns and Roses, like all those books I had to buy new. Hopefully getting the last one for Christmas so I can read that one. But yeah, I thrift most of my books, a lot of them from the SPCA thrift store or the library sale, so they're only like $1 or $2. So I've started reading classics, super cheap. And what ends up happening, sometimes I say I rent the books because I end up donating them back if they're not like a 4-star. So 4-star books that I think I'll reread, I keep in the house. 5-star books, I try to get a nice copy of it after that. So what's that one? Oh, All the Light We Cannot See. I read that one in paperback in the summer, and I enjoyed it so much that when I found a copy, a hardcover copy at the SPCA thrift store, of course, it was like $2, so of course I got it. So I try to get hardcovers and stuff of like 5 stars. That's basically my system. Anything below a 4-star which this one I put in Storygraph as a 3.75. It's not one that I would reread again, so it can exit out of my collection. Sorry if you really like this book. The writing is really pretty. I really enjoyed the prose of E.M. Forster. I'm so used to saying the word Forester because I work with Foresters. But yeah, just compared to other classics I've read so far this year, not the greatest. I've had some that were like 5 stars, but yeah. So what am I gonna get to start now is this one. It's set during December, so I thought it was fitting. I do prompts sometimes when I can't decide on what to read next. And the prompt that I have in the jar that I picked for this one has a tree on the cover. And I thought I was going to end up reading one of my nonfiction tree related books, but yeah, you can see the row of trees on there. And I read the back and it was, yeah, set in December. So that is what I went with. So I'm pretty excited to start this now. So I am going to relax and read this before I get back into my knitting. So see you in a bit. Hello, okay. I am ready to turn in for the night. I had a really productive day today with the 2 hours of cleaning, and I finished what wrapping I have and picked away at some yarn organization and stuff and did laundry, and of course I knitted. So let's look at where I'm at with the Flying Geese mitts today. Drum roll. No. I have a whole mitten done. And then since I wanted to have the 5mm needles available for tomorrow's cast on, I did a cuff. So that is what has got done today. I really like these. The only thing, the thumb is rather large. Like, probably could have cast on less stitches for it, but I'm not mad about it. It'll be fine. But I really love this wool. Yeah, like this Cotswold. It reminds me sort of Lopi, except it's softer. But yeah, I'm interested to see when I block these what they're gonna be like. Yeah, so these are everything I'm casting on for the 12 days of cast-ons are going to be for me. But yeah, really, really happy with those. So yeah, I knit on these while I was watching. What movie did I watch today with these? Home Alone 2 was yesterday. What did I watch today? Oh my God, my memory is horrible. I just got finished watching Die Hard. Well, I knitted on Nana. But there was, what was I watching while I worked on these? One Magic Christmas. It was One Magic Christmas. That's what I watched while I worked on these. Oh my goodness. And then I put on Mickey's Christmas Carol because I wasn't quite finished with the cuff. And then I took a break from knitting and did some other things, and then I put Die Hard on to work on Nana. So let's talk about Nana for a minute. Since I won't be doing any regular video this week or next week. So the body I completely finished. I did make a mistake. See how there's two of the little blue stitches there, the light blue and one of the dark. There was only supposed to be one stitch, the one on the top. So that was a mistake, but that's okay. The other thing, like, look at my purl rows. Like, this has been blocked and it still didn't even out those stitches. So I'm wondering if maybe I should start using a smaller needle for my purl rows now, because it's just, I try really hard to make them even, but I just knit my purl rows at a looser gauge. So it's something I might have to accommodate for if I don't improve on that. But anyway, so yeah, there's Nana's full body. Here's her arms and here's her nose. So tomorrow, I don't 100% know what I'm going to get up to. It's probably not going to be the same as today where I was doing like cleaning chores because I got so much done today. I might give myself a little break from that, but the yarn room needs a little bit of tidying and organizing. I need to get the rest of my 12 days of cast-ons together in project bags and with their needles to figure out if I have the needles. Like, I kind of looked at them and I have needles for most of them. The one that's I'm going to run into problems with are the 3 pairs of socks that need US 2s because I'm knitting all DK weight socks. So anyway, that's what's on the docket for tomorrow. I'm hoping to be able to go to the farmer's daughter because I need to get honey there for my father. But if I don't, I will try to go on Monday. So anyway, I am going to turn in for the night. I'm going to first edit this and get this uploaded. And then I'm going to read my book in bed for a while. And tomorrow morning, I will have my knitting, my new cast-on my bedside table, so when I wake up I can spend some time in bed watching YouTube and casting on another project. So I will see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.